What's your backstory? What's the reason you do what you do? Most people have a backstory. In fact, everybody's got a backstory. And it's always interesting to find out what their story is or where they came from, what they've experienced, what they've learned, and what's guided them to the situation they're in. And the same goes for businesses and situations or buildings. And it's always interesting, I think, to look at the backstory, not just look at the image or the person we see, but why they're there, what brought them to this point. And it's compelling. We are interested in people's backstories. I was given a story, or a true story, obviously, about the monument to the Great Fire in London. The fire was in 1666 and destroyed a huge amount of London as it was back in the day. And they decided then to build a monument to the fire to commemorate the occasion when the fire started, or the fire was raging through London. And the tower is built. It was designed by Wren. It was completed in 1677, and it's built on the site of St Margaret's Church, or what was St Margaret's Church, which was the first church to be destroyed by the fire. And the tower, or the monument, is 202 feet tall, which is a pretty unusual, strange number to pick. Why 202 feet? Well, it turns out that St Margaret's Church is exactly 202 feet away from the shop in Pudding Lane where the fire was allegedly started, or where the fire began. So the tower is there to mark the fire, or commemorate the fire. It does two or three other things as well. It marks the location of St Margaret's Church, and its height, the significance of its height marks the distance from St Margaret's Church to the shop in Pudding Lane. So even that's got a backstory. There was something interesting and intriguing about that monument, and we've all got a backstory. There's something interesting and intriguing about all of us. I mean, obviously my story is compelling to me, but I've lived it, and other people have stories. I'm intrigued by their stories. When I meet with people or speak with them, I do want to know, well, what brought you to this point. We're a sum of the decisions that we take and the decisions we make in life, and it's interesting to see how people arrived either in a great position or not so great position, or whatever it is they're doing in life. What brought them to that point? What's the story? There's always something there. So if you're in the business of marketing and sales and personal development, for example, or you're providing a service to other people, very likely they're going to be interested at some level in your backstory. So it's okay to tell it as well. You tell your story. I tell my story, my backstory, workshops and events and seminars, not in huge great detail, but give a flavour of what I've done, where we've been as a family, and all that type of thing. And I think it brings things into context. People understand what we do, why we do it. It makes sense. It seems okay. And then they sort of have a high level of rapport and understanding. Now, some people, when they hear my story or our story, they may not like it. Well, that's okay as well. They don't like it. They don't have to come to our seminars and workshops. That's absolutely fine as well. I've only ever found, I think, in the last, I think 18 years of doing this business, only I think 2 people from memory have actually said they didn't like my story or anything like that, and it didn't fit them. And anyway, they didn't fit with us, so that was a good thing. They went and found somebody else, which is all good. So be prepared to tell your story. Be prepared to understand other people's stories. There's a reason they are there. They didn't just appear there in front of you. There's a reason, there's a story for it. And fascinatingly enough, in a lot of buildings, a lot of decisions, a lot of monuments, a lot of things that have happened all over the world, of course, there's a huge backstory. And it's just interesting, I think it's interesting to do a little bit of digging around. So that's my story about the Great Fire Monument in London, why it's 202 feet tall. And I just find it interesting. I thought I'd share it with you guys. Have a great day. It's Monday, so have a great start to the week. And I'll see you later on during the week. Have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.